Welcome back to Random Crockery. Today we're doing it up something special. Today we're gonna make gnocchi and pork ragu. This isn't your normal potato gnocchi. This is a semolina gnocchi. This is based on Roman gnocchi. And we're gonna make pancakes out of it, and it's a beautiful meal. Okay, you're gonna get your pork butt and you're gonna cut 3 pounds out of it. Actually, it should be 3 pieces. I've made this meal a couple of times. Salt and pepper it on both sides. I'm going to start by browning it. Now the whole point of this is to make something we call the fond. As you brown this meat, it's going to leave behind cooked pieces of itself and kind of flavor the oil, and we're going to continue to build this throughout the process. You can see it's kind of brown there on the bottom. If it goes black, don't go crazy, okay? It's going to be just fine. We're going to use this as our base. There you go. Looks nice and brown. Set that aside. Do it for all of your meat. After that, we're going to add the onion, and this is going to add to our base. We're going to brown it fully, and it'll continue to add to this fond. To further bolden the flavors, we're going to use tomato paste. Stir it and cook it until it darkens. You can see the bottom of the pan starting to get a little bit darker. And we're going to break this up with some nice red wine. This is called deglazing the pan. Woo! Really concentrated taste, and it's picking it up in the wine, and everything's coming together, and it'll blend with the pork in this beautiful ragu. Here we go. We're going to add our tomatoes. Now these are whole peeled tomatoes that I hand crushed in a Ziploc bag. Herbs, it's a little rosemary, thyme, and bay leaf. Water. And then you nestle your meat into the pot. Add your salt and pepper. Now turn up the temperature until it starts boiling. And once you get a rolling boil, see it starts to bubble here? And compare this bubble to this next bubble. Now that's a rolling boil. That's when you cover it and turn it down to medium low. And you're going to cook it on medium low for a couple hours. Now let's make the pancakes. Gonna do 3 cups of milk. Here we go. Now we're going to add our butter. A little salt. Just swirl it around in there. And once the butter melts, we're going to add our semolina. Once the semolina's in there, you're going to stir it with a whisk. And when you're stirring with the whisk, what you're looking for is you're going to see it like dry and soak up all of the milk and butter really quick. You can go until it gets a little bit dry, a little bit gummy, and then you're going to take it off the heat. So you can see there, it's kind of like drier than mashed potatoes. This is the perfect consistency. This is when you add your cheese. I'm going to stir again. Although I recommend stirring with a wooden spoon. As you can see right here, the whisk works, but it takes some effort to get it together. And this is why I switched to the wooden spoon. Here we go. There we go. See, it's combining, but it's difficult. You see we got 1 egg yolk. This is going to help the consistency and bind all the ingredients together. kind of turning into a little dough now. Put your egg yolk in there and stir it up. Mix it until it's very consistent. And this is going to be your gnocchi dough. This is what you're going to use to make the pancakes out of. But the first thing we have to do is cool it. So you got your cookie sheet, get a couple of pieces of parchment, and put your dough on the parchment paper. And we're just going to press it down into one even layer. Mess it up, you just reform it. And then place it in the refrigerator for a couple hours. When it's done, it's nice and pliable. And we're just going to cut out little circles. Here we go. I use the glass, but you can also use metal cutters and make your pancakes. And just like you would do with biscuits or something, when you cut out all the circles, you just use the parchment paper, flatten it back out like this, and then recut it. You can see I had to do this several times. And then your last piece, you just kind of form it into a circle. It's not going to be perfect, but this way you can use all your dough. And here you go. These are your gnocchi. These are going to be your pancakes, and all we have to do now is fry them up. Woo! Saw the beginning of the video, we had kind of a tiered plating. Another way you can plate is to get a large soup bowl and just put a ladle of the ragu on the bottom, put a couple pancakes on top, a little salt, preferably kosher salt, and dress it up with a little parsley, and it's going to be beautiful. Woo! Thanks for watching Random Crockery. We appreciate your visit. This has been Roman style gnocchi with pork ragu. Let me know in the comments what you think. Can't wait to see you next time. Have a great day. See ya.